for your signal. I'm waiting for your signal.
So 3 courts in action here at the Olympic Stadium. Our next quarter-final is men's singles. There's the veteran, the man who's had to battle through the qualifying, Boonsak Ponsana of Thailand, up against the young Dane, iktor Axelsen. iktor Axelsen, of course, on day 2 of competition, which was the first round of the main draw, caused an absolute sensation, beating the 2-time and reigning Olympic champion Lindan, who of course had won the title here in Sydney last year. Thrilling match it was too. A great deal of concern when he slipped badly, lunging forward at the net and seemed to hurt a hamstring. But got up, continued, won the match. Won yesterday's match, and here he is in the quarter-final. So Boonsak Ponsana, the law student from Bangkok. So our umpire for this one, Kenichi of Croatia.
Racket.
Sir.
Thank you.
He started this near side of the court as we look down in his 2 previous matches. Thinks that playing from this near side is the more difficult end because you've got to be very careful with your clears and lifts. Danger of hitting them long. And much easier for singles players to play into the wind. Therefore you can give your pushes and your clears a little more clout. Only 21 years of age, born in Odense on the island of Funen. 1.90 m. Number 9 in the world ranking at the moment. Has been as high as 7 weeks earlier this year as world number 6. Came here last year. He lost in the first round to the number 4 seed Sung Wan Ho in 3 games. Currently number 5 on the Super Series standings. And he has had a good year so far. 2 finals, the Swiss Grand Prix Gold, where in fact he was defending champion. Lost in the final this year though. Reached the final of the India Super Series event as well. So his opponents, 33-year-old Boonsak Ponsana. Down 2 places in the world ranking this week, down to 32. But he has been a top 10 player. In fact, he reached a high of 15 weeks as number 4 in the world. And going back 4 years, he was the number 1 seed here at the Australian Open when it was a Grand Prix Gold event. Boonsak Ponsana, but he had to come through the qualifying rounds this year. Now we can't draw anything from that. Only previous meeting lasted a minute. iktor Axelsen going on to court to get his world ranking points. He was injured, couldn't continue, so only 3 points played. So we've got can glean absolutely no information from that, Steen, and I think since then how things have changed so dramatically. Let's look at this first of all though. First round against last year's champion Lindan, the 2-time Olympic champion. 21-15 in the deciding game. And then in the second round against Shaznay, also of China. For Boonsak Ponsana, well, his 2 qualifying matches, he had to go all the distance in the second of those against Mohammed Arif Abdul Latif. And then look in the first round, beat the number 5 seed Song Wan-ho in 2 straight games, and had to save 3 match points yesterday against Takuma Ueda. He was a game and 17-20 down in the second before coming back to win 22-20, 21-15 then in the deciding game. That was a remarkable match. I watched that with great interest. So Ivanka Pulkini of Croatia and Susan Taylor from Australia are our service judge. And that only so-called previous meeting back in 2013, Steen. I mean, so much has happened since then for Viktor Axelsen. The fact that he's got into the world top 10, he's won a bronze medal at World Championships in his home country last year in Copenhagen World Championships. His opponent has struggled and struggled with injury, and now at the age of 33, I mean, things have changed since 2 years ago.
Yeah, definitely. He's worked himself into the top 10, and of course the victory here in the first round against Lin Dan, really important to boost the self-confidence.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my
tricky
right,
opponent,
Viktor
Ponsana. We saw that
Denmark.
yesterday.
And on my
Very
left,
dangerous to sort of write him off, underestimate him.
Boonsak Ponsana to serve, Nadal, play.
Oh, that's wide, I think.
That's going wide.
One
I know that you and I are staying at the same hotel as Viktor Axelsen. 11-13, he was down in the first game against Lin Dan when he slipped and really was awfully slow to get up again. I really thought it was a very serious injury, but he managed to carry on. What's the news from the Danish camp then on that injury scare?
Not so much on that one. I think he managed to get over it well, but he said before the match yesterday that he felt the match against Lin Dan in his legs, and I think the match yesterday against Chue Strong, I watched the whole match, and he wasn't playing particularly well in that match, but he's still here and has a chance to progress in the tournament. That's really what it's all about, and follow up on a good win is not always easy. So staying in the tournament is what matters for Viktor. And this match here, I see him as the favorite in some way, as he's a bit more dangerous than Boonsak Ponsana, but I think as the game or the match sort of progresses, I suspect Boonsak will get some ideas on how to score points on Viktor. So I think we might have an exciting match here.
Oh, that's landed in. Misjudgment there from Boonsak Ponsana.
3-2.
Oh, look at that. That is a phenomenal shot.
4-2.
He's a tall man. Arsenal fan, do you think he'll be watching the FA Cup final tomorrow? Can't do it. Depends whether he's through in the middle of the night. Arsenal against Aston Villa tomorrow, of course, in the FA Cup.
5-2.
Good old chat to his coach at the back of the court there after that rally. It's obviously something they'd discussed.
Yeah, but who's actually sitting there? Because Kenichi is He's coaching on another match. I think it's Kim Astrup.
Oh, that's interesting. Doubles player.
Yeah.
I saw them coming back from
6,
training together earlier today. That's good.
And he's got to be careful, Boonsak, with these loose
7,
shots because
2.
they're going to be punished by iktor Axelsen. He's gone a long way in the process of figuring out how to use his
Service over.
reach to his advantage.
3,
There's a lot of
7.
disadvantages being as tall as he is, but there's certainly also a lot of advantages. It just takes a little while to figure out how to use them on a super serious level.
Yeah, and that's one of the disadvantages, getting down low, twisting and turning. Oh, you missed it.
Yeah.
Do you think that Viktor
Service
Axelsen,
over.
I mean, I just have this feeling
8,
that this is a
3.
breakthrough year for him. Now, that seems odd, considering he won a bronze medal at the World Championships last year, but I feel there's a consistency and a new sort of maturity in the style of Viktor Axelsen now.
Yeah, I think so too.
Service over.
I still think his development might take
4,
1 to 2 years
8.
yet, because he needs to be really physical strong. And he knows that. He's a very clever player, so every victory counts.
Service
And he's been
over.
more consistent.
9,
There's not
4.
so many first round losses more as there used to be in the past. So sort of getting himself positioned in the group below the top 3 players in the world
5,
right now
9.
should be the target, in my opinion, for him in this year here. And beating Lindan in the first round is, of course, a good victory, since he's one of the 3 top players at the moment. That's in.
6, 9.
It's a little loose.
Yeah.
7, 9.
And sometimes it's hard keeping the concentration against Ponsana, because it takes a lot of time and he seems to be struggling, but you really have to be concentrated, otherwise he's going to take all the easy points against
Service
you.
over.
Yeah, he's a clever player, isn't
Yeah.
he, Boonsak? He's a clever man.
Kevin.
Yeah, follow up. That's what we've been talking about today. As soon as you sense that you've hit a good attacking shot and you know that really the only reply can be a block to the net, that's when you follow up.
And it's also some of the things that Viktor's had to learn here, because when he was a junior player, his big attack, due to his height, it was often enough to hit it one time from the backcourt. There was no need for follow-ups. Oh,
Yeah, almost tripped over there. Yeah, that's a nice play. Oh,
It's in.
and it's landed in.
yeah.
Great
11,
scrambling
7,
from Viktor
interval.
Axelsen. How on earth did he get that back? Yes, you're right. On the coaching bench. 11-7 the advantage at the mid-game interval in favour of Viktor Axelsen. Look at that. Look at that.
That's amazing for a player that tall.
Yeah, terrific.
se, at han slår nogle udslag en gang imellem. Det er fint. Ja. Det skal han lov til, så længe du bare bliver ved med at holde dig til det, du skal gøre.
Fysisk der er stærkere.
Ja. Og lige snart, at du har oplægget, så bliver ved med at være afslappet.
Ja.
Og hele tiden kigge efter, hvor han står henne, og så placerer den.
Også på tide måske lige at bruge clearen.
Ja.
Well, Steen, what was the inside scoop there?
11,
Yeah, it was
7,
to accept that
play.
Ponsana makes some great shots once in a while. Accept that and just get on with the game plan. And try to stay relaxed in the attack. Yeah, efficient
clever.
play.
Yeah.
12,
I like it a lot when Victor uses his quick, steep shots without a lot of power, because they're so quick that they create trouble for the opponent. And the most important thing, they don't leave any room for counter-attacking. And that's important when you're 190.
Yeah.
That you're not going to sort of crawl across the court for the next shot.
Yeah. There's another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's much more efficient than the powerful smashes. Of course, the powerful smashes should be there because you need to have something to threaten with, but generally the quicker attack is sometimes less efficient.
Yeah, and I think that's his ability, especially from around the head, to play those quick attacks rather than full power attacks. I think that's come about because he's improved his movement to the round the head position. He always looked to me as if he was a little bit stiff and awkward in his movement to the deep backhand corner, the round the head position as we call it, when you still play with the forehand action. And he looks more relaxed now, more smooth going back there.
Yeah, and stronger.
Yeah.
But he's working with the same physical trainer as Peter Gerde. He's Swedish former gymnastics coach, and I think that's probably why he managed to get over this slipping against Lindan without any serious injury.
Oh, that's clever. Nicely done from Boonsak Ponsana.
11-13.
He's got the momentum right now. Ponsana. Seems like Victor's slowed down a little bit. Great defense.
Yeah, well played. 5 straight points.
This shot, this cross shot, I don't like that at all.
From Victor.
Yeah. I mean, why should that be a good shot? I mean, the opponent has just made a net shot. Should he go back and cover the defense or cover the baseline? There's no other choice than to stay there and follow up.
Oh my goodness, look at that backhand. With full pirouette as well.
13.
Back level. 6 straight points.
Yeah, I think the last couple of service returns, Boonsak has sort of known what was coming. No surprise to him. Great shot.
13.
And this was what we discussed in the beginning of this game, that Boonsak eventually figuring out ways to score points. Perhaps not ways that we normally would suspect, but small weaknesses that he's sort of noticed during the first game here. The question is, does he have the
14.
physicality to sort of go all the way?
Yes, that's the big question mark in my mind, I have to say. Coming back from injury, Boonsak Ponsana having to come through all the qualifying rounds here. So this is 5th match this week. And I think the accumulation of matches sometimes builds up with Ponsana. That's a nice angle.
15, 14.
And I think that's probably reflected with Ponsana's record throughout his career. 23 finals, but only 6 titles.
Yeah.
You know, he has to work so hard, and as you say, he takes time to think about it in the match, work out what he needs to do. Round after round of hard work. Yeah.
Service over. 15, all.
And it's interesting that Ponsana still has the desire. You know, 4-time Olympian. Trying to create history, I suppose. Has anybody else been a 5-time Olympian?
I don't think so.
No.
I feel
Service over.
it's important for Ponsana to win this first game.
15.
Playing on the, as we suspect, better side.
Oh, that's a great shot.
He was unsatisfied with himself, Victor.
Yeah. Little burst of frustration there, bubbling over. And he just slaps himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
All.
Oh. Yeah.
Clever play again.
17, 16.
Yeah, look at this net exchange.
Yeah, but don't play the net again.
Yeah.
There has to be so precise. And then we'll play, yes.
The top of the tape and trickled over.
Service over.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing you can do about that. One of the few current players, Boonsak Ponsana, who's beaten both Lin Dan and Lee Chong-wei throughout his career.
Also interesting that he has actually quite a bad score against the Danish coach Kenichi when he was a player. Jonassen leading 5-1, but Ponsana has won the last encounter between these two, so definitely I think Kenneth must have some good advice for the pre-game build-up for Victor. No.
Service over.
Now that was a little glimpse of the old movement round the head. This one here.
18.
And it's just too much under
17.
pressure. That shot is never going to be a winner. It's just going to get him a long, long distance to cover afterwards. This shot here. It's going to be too flat if it goes over.
To be cruising, didn't he? Axelsen at 13-7. No, that's nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
Service
lift.
over.
Good straight lift.
18. 19. 1 second.
Oh, that's fast going forward. Good rally.
Oh, no.
That is wild.
Yeah, that is wild.
19. All.
Yeah. Is that a sign he's feeling the pace?
He probably felt he needed to do something wild to get himself 2 game points.
Yeah.
I think it was great that he stayed in the rally. He was under
Play on, please.
a lot of pressure in the beginning.
Yeah.
Would have been excellent for Boonsak to win that. Long.
No.
What a great read and what a terrible
20.
result.
Game
That's-
point.
Look how he
19.
stays there.
Yep, he's
He
ready.
knows what's coming.
What a miss.
No.
Goodness me. Well, that is an absolute gift to Axelsen. Game point opportunity to the Dane. Yeah, and converts. Well, what drama.
First game
2 big
won
gifts.
by iktor
Yeah.
Axelsen, 21-19.
21-19 confirms the umpire. 21 minutes. Oh my goodness me, well, it all seemed to be one-way traffic at one time in favour of iktor Axelsen. What a great fight back from Boonsak Ponsana, only for him to throw it away with missed opportunities. Oh, that's very interesting indeed. Because Kim Astrup still doing the coaching. I can tell you that on the adjoining court, Jano Jorgensen is already through to the semi-final, so he'll meet the winner of this match. But of course, there's a Danish women's doubles match on the adjoining court, so the Danish coach still occupied.
Fault.
the festival of lighter music down at Circular Quay. Well, it's well worth a visit, I can tell you. It's absolutely stunning. Quite incredible what they do. How they project the lights onto all those buildings there.
Second game. Level. Play.
Well, you obviously know
One
Victor Axelsen
love.
personally, and do you think that after that scare in the opening game, because he was playing what he perceived as the bad end, do you think he'll go from strength to strength here?
Yeah, I think Ponsana is in for a tough time. I think it's
Love.
a lot of this that you feel you have to hold back on this side of the court, whereas the far side you can play more freely and you don't have to think as much as to which shot to select. So you really need to be alert here in the beginning of the game, because otherwise it's
3 love.
probably slipping away from Ponsana.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, well played, Boonsak Ponsana.
Service over.
Super angle and good follow-up.
1-3.
That's great judgment. That is long by a whisker.
2-3.
Well, you just can't write him off, can you?
Just came to think that his favorite tournament is Singapore Open, where he's used to playing in very windy conditions. So if he can get the control, get the feel for the baseline, Ponsana, that will be surprising for Victor. Oh, what a great deception.
Service
Well played.
over.
The steep smash. Way too short and impossible to return.
More in front. In front facing. Just there. Just there.
Yeah. 4-3.
Oh, now that's the movement that he's been working on, I'm sure of it.
And of course, it takes some strength as well to do that movement and to be strong enough, and that also takes time, and it's just difficult or different when you're 190 than if you're 172.
Yeah.
It's just more kilos to move.
Oh, it's landed in. That is a misjudgment from Boonsak.
6-3.
Yeah, he knows it. Yeah, all credit to iktor Axelsen. Great defence.
And that's probably one of the areas where he's improved a lot, in my opinion, is the defense. He's able to get down really low.
And again, that comes back to the strength in the legs.
And the flexibility.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the physical training that's about flexibility. I think that's also what sort of made sure that Peter Gay could play on such a high level in the high age he had when he finished.
7-3.
Of course, still playing some exhibition matches together with Taufik Hidayat, Lindan and Lee Chung-wei.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, you said you have to be so precise.
So much for me being a little bit angry with Victor for playing the net too much. I still think it's an unnecessary chance to take in this match, where I see great. Perhaps there wasn't any the possibility here. Otherwise, if he can move Ponsana, he's got a good chance of winning this match.
Oh, yes.
9-3.
That's the acute angle, the efficiency that you were talking about earlier. Don't have to hit it that hard. Crisp downward shot like that, played with disguise.
Three.
7 straight points. No.
11-3 interval.
Well, the fault has been called. I think I can hear the umpire saying obstruction.
But
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, it's a split-second decision.
No, it is.
I actually thought the
was fault
obstruction
on your
was
side.
on Victor's side.
No, a little shake of the head from. Now the coach is going to get involved. Well, coach obviously not happy. Now just explain to us the rule there, Steen. Boonsak Ponsana, having played the net shot, puts his racket up ready to try and intercept the reply.
Yeah, and you can do that. See,
No.
it's a very difficult situation. Even though we have time here and we don't have to make an immediate decision, it's really hard to see what to judge. But the thing is that you can put your racket up as long as it doesn't block the opponent's possibility of making a shot.
Yeah,
And I actually think
11-3.
my first impression was that Victor was blocking
yeah.
Ponsana's possibility of making a shot.
Well, decision stands, and as you say, the umpire has to make a split-second decision. Yeah.
Service
That's the way
over.
to respond.
Yeah.
Let the racket do the talking.
11.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like to see that in a player. Angry, upset,
5-11.
channel that anger and aggression in the right direction.
This is where Victor has to be careful. 11-3 seems comfortable, but we saw yesterday that Ponsana, he's never giving up.
No. Oh, you saw it in the open game here as well, didn't we? Second 13 down.
Thank you. 6-11.
That looks a little rushed to me.
That's 4 straight points for Ponsana.
Yeah, the 4 points since the mid-game interval.
And he's sort of outplayed Victor on all 5 points.
Yeah.
And this is where it probably would be an advantage having Kenneth Jonassen on the coaching chair, because he knows Victor a little bit better.
8-11.
Oh, that's good.
Service over.
Yeah, big key taking it early at the net. And you've got the options.
8.
And we had the same situation yesterday in the match I saw there, where it was sort of standing half a step too far from the net. Seems like he wasn't really keen on working the long distances to the back like this one. But that is the key to control the front court.
Service over. 9.
You have to work the long
12.
distances.
Oh my goodness gracious me, what on earth was that?
10-12.
Well, he must have changed his mind on the return of serve, surely. Did he think it was going short? Yes, he must have done. Must have done.
Excellent play by Ponsana,
11.
taking his
12.
chances on the 50-50 situations.
Well, since the mid-game interval, we've had 10 points, and Ponsana has won 9 of them.
Yeah.
Service over. 13-11.
Lucky for
14.
Victor Axelsen
11.
in some way, but we've seen Ponsana overdo these shots earlier in the match. Feels they have to be so precise to be winners.
Service over. 12-14.
He's been more aggressive
15,
in the second part of the
12.
second game here, Ponsana, and I think that's the only way to do it.
It's good play from the tall Dane. Nice acute angle. Then the push to the back, then the straight smash down the line.
Knee your feet. Right there. Knee your feet. Right there, yep.
16-12.
That's great control from Ponsana.
Good ride. Yeah, the longer the rallies go on, the more...
We sensed it.
Yeah.
We sensed it.
17,
There was going to
12.
be some desperate shot from Ponsana.
Yeah, it's a tired-looking shot, isn't it? Look at that.
Service over. 13-17.
Oh, it's just wide. Ooh. Yeah, challenge that.
Challenge.
It's called good.
It was called in. I'm very, very surprised at that.
Called
That
in.
looked clearly wide. Didn't even think that was in question.
I actually think it was the coach who took the challenge. I looked at him and he raised his arm a little bit before Ponsana here did.
Yeah, that's clearly out. Good challenge.
Challenge successful. Correction out. Service over. 14-17. Play.
Huge difference.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Service
The
over.
efficiency of those angled shots.
18-14.
Very nice.
He's still in it, Ponsana, but he's under pressure now. And I think sort of created some trouble for himself after that interval.
All or nothing from Boonsak Ponsana, going for the outright winner, but I can't run anymore. And if my opponent gets it back, well, that's it. Yeah, good retrieving from Axelsen.
Nineteen 14.
Yeah, this time, well balanced enough to follow up
Service
on that
over.
cross-court smash. Oh, surely got to be now or never from Ponsana.
Yeah, well, he's not down with match points yet.
No.
So he's actually in control compared to yesterday. He's still in control.
No match points
Service
down
over.
now, as far as the
20
man from
match
Thailand is
point.
concerned.
15.
Little shake of the head because there's 5 match point opportunities for Viktor Axelsen. Yeah, absolute delights from the 21-year-old Dane. Through to his second Super Series semi-final of the year. Of course, his first, he progressed on through to the final. But that's a very good victory over the experienced Boonsak Ponsana. 21-19, 21-15 in 43 minutes. Well, Denmark are guaranteed a men's singles finalist because 2 Danes will battle tomorrow, because it will be this man, Viktor Axelsen, against the European champion, Jan Jorgensen, in the bottom half of the men's singles draw tomorrow. So a guaranteed men's singles finalist from Denmark. Two straight games, 21-19, 21-15. And as Viktor Axelsen takes leave of centre stage, well, he'll be mightily pleased that that was over in 2 straight games.
Thank you.
Well, Boonsak Ponsana, well, he's a
Thanks.
very clever man. The law student, he's very clever on court, the way he plays, and he made the Dane fight all the way. Well, that concludes quarter-finals day here in Sydney. All 5 of our matches in 2 straight games, and that's very, very unusual. Of course, the defending champion in the women's singles, Shaznay, out this year against the former world #1, Wang Zhixian. Of course, the other women's singles semi-final, the reigning world champion, beating the former world champion, Carolina Marin, through to the semi-final. As far as the mixed doubles was concerned, well, the Adcocks never really got going, and it was dominated by the Indonesians, Ahmad and Nasir. Disappointment for the Malaysian comeback pair of Koo and Tan in the very first of our matches, and as we've just seen in the men's singles, well, Viktor Axelsen really is playing extremely well. So, of course, we will have semi-finals action tomorrow. That will be at 1 o'clock local time. That's 0300 GMT. From all of us here in Sydney, until tomorrow, bye for now.
Yeah, 1, 2. Yeah, there I am, Moz, yeah. Hello. Does that sound any better to you? It sounds like it's... Yeah, let me just... Sounds like it's just smashing into a limiter to me.
So when we could hear you through
No limiter on here.
the wall going, oh, sorry, guys, that was actually in, but you showed us out.
Peak level.
Well, yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot over it there and said, oh, could have been out. So,
Yes, there is. Hang on, I'll just turn it down. Yeah.
they decided that it was in, but afterwards they're like, oh, it doesn't really.
Oh, sorry, I turned it up, didn't I?
It was 50-50.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, 1 getting better. Yeah. It barely registers on the meter up here, actually, at that. On the meter on the box. Yeah, I agree. If I go back to what looks like a reasonable level up here on this meter, yeah, here. Yep. That looks about right. They're usually fairly accurate, the meter on this prospect box. 1, 2, 2. Okay. I'll just ask now. Is there anything else Murray, the audio director, can do for you? Were you happy with everything you heard today?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody happy, Mose? Okay.
We're especially happy if they're happy.
He's happy. Jill's happy if you're happy.